how to do things that you should know how to do, but you need to be told how to do them again and over again, really simply. Okay, cool. Alright, so, great. I love that. My pen is dead. So the first thing we're gonna start with is, writing. Okay, alright, so, let me get a new pen. Okay, so the first thing you do when, oh, by the way, I'm Heather, sorry. Nice to meet you. Okay, so when you want to draw something, you're gonna need like something to draw with, or draw, whatever, you know, like something that will leave color, like a pen or a pencil or crayon, something like this. I'm gonna use a Sharpie, and you'll need something to write on. You can pretty much write on anything if you have a Sharpie, but I don't recommend that. So I would say get a piece of paper. So we're gonna start with something really simple, and we're gonna work our way up to something really cool. Okay, alright, so first things first. Ignore this flip. That's my pen died there. We're not doing that one. We're gonna ignore this part because my pen died, okay? Because my pen died, we're gonna, okay. Okay. Alright, so first things first. You have to take your pen and you need to make sure, oh, I totally forgot to tell you about this. So, if you're using a pen or a Sharpie, it's not the case if you have a pencil, so you know what? Let's just take pencils out of the equation. I don't want to make it too difficult, so if you have a pen or a Sharpie, pens can be, okay, you know what? Alright, I don't want to stress you out. Pens, they have some where the top comes off, and then there's some where you can like press it, and there's some where kind of twirl too, and that's a little complicated, but I think that might be the gambit of the pens, though. So you can twirl it. Just try it, twirl it, nothing happens, not send it, press it in, nothing happens. It's not that kind. Looks like it has a top. Take that sucker off. Okay. It's real easy. Okay. Like this. Alright, you're gonna dig each end right there. Like okay. Like this. Okay. And then you're gonna, I guess you can do this one of two ways. You can grip the pen with, or marker with your right hand, and then use your left hand to pull the top off, or you could hold the top and use your right hand to pull the bottom off. Pretty much works the same. It's all about like how you like to do it, you know, so you can really use your creative genius on this one to decide if you want to pull from the top or the bottom. Or if you're like me, you can pull them both apart at the same time. It's a little faster, but it's advanced, so maybe just try the one way. Okay, I like to put the top on the bottom of my pen so I don't lose it. You can put it in your mouth, you can put it in your pocket. I recommend putting it on the back of the pen. I feel like this is the best way to not lose the top. Okay, so then if you get yourself a notebook, okay, like this, it has a cover, it has a thing on the back. It's like cardboard. There's pages inside. So you're going to take your fingers and you can start at the front. I'm just gonna start in the middle because this is chaos. Well, real close to where we first started. We'll get back to our original page. So here, all right. So we have our page. We have our utensil to write with, or pen or pencil. Oh no, we scratched pencils. Never mind. If you have a pencil, it's fine. Just don't tell me, okay? Just don't show me either. All right. Okay. So the first thing we're gonna try is a dot. It's real simple. If you have a Sharpie especially, you just take your marker and you place it on the piece of paper like so. It's very small. You can barely see it. You can barely see the dot right there, okay? Now if you want to make this dot bigger, you put it on the piece of paper and you're just gonna like swirl it all around. swirl it on the paper, swirl it. Okay, as you practice more, you'll be able to get like a smoother kind of dot. These are kind of chaotic, but with enough practice, you can get a dot just like this. Hold on, let me show you. You have to pay really close attention when you do your dot like this. I know. That's great, isn't it? Okay, so there you go, like this. I'll do another one. Okay. Two dots. All right, the next thing we're going to practice is kind of like a curved shape. So we'll start with a line because that's a little easier. So take your pen and start on one side of the paper and then just go straight. Like that. What's that? Looks like this. I'm gonna get my little. It's hard to get your. Like that. That's what that looks like. Okay. So you just take your pen or marker in to in to in to in to in. Okay. Just a straight across. Alright. Now you're gonna put your marker on the one side, okay? And instead of going straight, you're gonna go down a little bit. Down, 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 down. And then you're gonna start going back up. Okay? Up, 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 up. Alright. So you start on the end. You're gonna go down just a little bit, and then when you're halfway through the line, you're gonna start going back up. This will create a curve, okay? Another way you can do this if you want to get real dramatic is like this. You start here, you go down and over, and then once you're halfway, you go back up. It also looks kind of like the letter U. Start line here, go down, and then come back up, okay? That's kind of looking a little funky. Just, you know what? Guys, come on. What do you take me for, okay? Alright, so if you're using a marker, it might have bled through your paper. That is normal. Do not panic. That is normal. It means you have a good quality Sharpie and low quality paper. Just like you want it. Okay, so when we combine all these steps, this is what happens here. First, this is how you'll really, really impress people. Okay? You're casually just, you have to be casual if you want to show off this skill. So you're just like this, okay? You notice someone and you're like, oh, I notice this person. Let me show them how great I am at drawing. I take my marker. Remember, do not forget how you want to open this. This is your signature move. Top from bottom. Okay. Bottom on the bottom. Not required, but highly, highly, highly suggested. Okay, and then notebook, open to anywhere, blank page, and then you're going to take your marker, okay, and you're going to do a dot like we first did on the paper, circle, circle, on the paper, circle, circle, and I'm going to do the dramatic U shape. Remember, you can go line with a little curve, or you can go big curve, okay? Alright, so we're going to do the dramatic one. We're going to start here, we're going to go down, and then we're going to curve back up. And this is a very, 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 very happy face, okay? Now, you can stop here, this, 2 lines, and then 1 line in the middle. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So, as an example, if you were going to just do a smiley face as a work of art, ignore this. You would pen, marker, open, paper, dot, swirl, happy face. Looks great. I'm going to sign it. Line. Work of art. You typically want your signature to be smaller than your art. Unless your signature is your art. Yeah. They don't really teach you about that in art school, do they? But you can learn that here with me because I just do all the tasks over and over again. Okay, so that is it. This is how you draw a smiley face. So, there's that. Okay, so the other task that I'll show you is how to open a bag. If you have a bag that has a zipper on it, like maybe you keep your pencils or pens in a bag like this. That's not what it is in my bag, because what's in my bag is the second part of what I'm going to show you how to do. But you could put them in here. You take the end and you pull it opposite of how it's closed, like so. Alright, and then you take your finger and you open the bag. You see what's in there? What's in my bag? Never look in a lady's bag, okay? That's free advice. Okay, so what I'm gonna show you is how to put on lip product. I do have on lip gloss, but I'm just gonna put on some more because I'm looking at your lips and I love you, but they look a little dry. Also, I don't love you because I just met you, but I could love you. I love everybody. You know, I'm friendly. Okay, just give me a good Yelp review, please. All right. I don't mean to make love. Is that weird? Do you feel okay? Are we good? Do you want to end it? Or, I'm sorry, I said that. Okay. All right. So anyway, you have to make sure you have the right product for the job. Here's an example of something that looks like it could go on your lips. It would be like, yeah, it has a top just like a regular old lip gloss. You're like, it looks. I accidentally just put it on my lips. Don't make that mistake. Don't make my mistake, okay? Just because it looks like this and it twirls, don't mean that it's made for the lips, okay? This is actually called, never mind. This, I just realized when I looked at the bottom of this, that this can actually go on your lips too. It's called lip and cheek. I just wear it on my cheeks, so, well, I guess if it does look like it could go on your lips, it can go on your lips. So, anyway, okay, this is, kind of broken. I kind of broke this one. This is definitely for your lips, alright? So, this has a top. Kind of looks like a lipstick. You can, the top is usually just on it, okay? You just kind of take it off. Same deal as the pen. You can take it off from the top or the bottom or both of them at the same time. Okay, and then you're gonna hold the top part and twirl the bottom like this, okay? And this one's cool. There's like a flowery thing in there and it's clear looking, but it has color when it goes on. So you're gonna take it. You don't want it to be too long because it will break when you try to put it on. You just want enough to be coming out of the top so you can get it on your lips. So it doesn't really matter where you start on your lips. You can start on the bottom or the top. I usually will start on the top, I think, at least for right now. Okay, so you'll start on the one side, you put it on your lip, okay? It helps if you look in a mirror. If you can also just feel your lips if you look in the mirror, okay? You put it on your lip and then you just slowly make sure it's only touching your lip. You slowly, not too much pressure. You just go to the side, okay? And then you start back in the middle and then you go to the other side. And then you start at the bottom here, on the bottom lid. You go one side to the other, kind of like you're drawing that smiley face line. One side to the other, okay? easy. Rub my lips together is the best way to describe it. I can't really explain how you do this. You just put your lips in your mouth like you're covering your teeth. You close your mouth and then you rub your lips together. Perfect. Alright, then you're going to twirl it the other way to get the product to go down because you don't want it to get smushed. Put the top back on and put it back in the bag. Now, a lot of people don't know this, but you can layer lip products. I know. Okay, so typically you would want to put like a gloss on top of a lipstick like that. So if you have a lip gloss, these are a little different because a lot of the times they're a twist top. So you don't pull anything at first. You just twist the top. You hold the bottom. You put your hand on the top, and then you just twist. Righty. Wait, hold on. Lefty. If you lefty loosey, righty tighty, lefty loosey, righty tighty. Okay. So yeah, spin it to the left. Okay, and then you can pull it out. It's a wand. If you need the product is inside of the tube. If you need more product, you can insert the wand back into the tube and get more product on it. You're gonna do the same thing with this. So you will take it, put on your lip. Okay, start at the top and go to the side. Start at the top and go to the side. Usually what I do for the bottom lip is so I used this side of the wand. I will turn the wand around, okay? Because I didn't put my lips on the other side yet. And then I will do my bottom lip with this part. Start on the side and then swoop down. And then the same thing. Teeth. You put your lips over your teeth. Curl them out. Pop, pop, pop. Finger kissable. To put this back in, insert the wand. And then you're going to twist it righty-tighty. Righty-tighty. Okay. You can insert it back into the bag. And you close the bag pretty much the opposite way of how you opened it. So you take it, you take your other hand, and you pull the zipper to the opposite end of the bag. The zipper pull. Like so. Then none of your products can get out. Okay. I feel like this was an amazing lesson. You seem really receptive. You look like you've learned a lot. I'm very, very good at explaining how to do tasks. If you couldn't tell, I'm pretty much the professional task explainer, okay? That's why I have this task explaining business. I would love if you could leave me a really great Yelp review. And maybe don't mention the part where I said I love you. Okay, alright, cool. I will, if you ever want to learn any more tasks, just let me know. I know a lot of them, and I can teach you. Okay, alright, well, thanks for letting me teach you how to do some things.